What is good, you guys? It's your boy Bolo, and I'm back again for another tutorial. This is actually a follow-up tutorial that I've done already twice, but it seems like some of you guys keep hitting me up because you can't seem to figure out how I made my 808 basses on Logic Pro. So I'm actually going to make some 808 basses for you, and I'm going to show you how to make a kick as well using the ES2 synthesizer inside of Logic Pro X. Bolo! But before we get to the video, I just want to say that all of the voiceover work will be done using this fine instrument right here. This is the TONOR TC1020 microphone. It retails for under $50 on Amazon. This is actually a really dope piece of gear that they sent me. This is something that's really nice. It has a headphone input, so you can do everything with this. You can just plug this in via USB, plug this into your computer. It automatically detects everything as a plug and play situation. So if you're doing just some audio voiceover work, or if you're recording, you can use this microphone. So everything that you hear from this point on will be done on this microphone. To purchase this microphone, you can either go to their website or you can go to Amazon.com. Links will be in the description, and there will be a promo link that will save you some money on this microphone. So let's go ahead and get to the tutorial, but make sure you like, you subscribe, you comment, and you turn on those post notifications so you will know the next time I have another video available. So let's get going to the tutorial right now. Okay, so to create basses and kicks inside of Logic Pro X, it is very simple. If you just follow these steps, I'm telling you, it'll be very simple. So the first thing we got to do is we got to open up our VST instruments that came with Logic Pro X, and it doesn't matter, anything from like Logic 10 and up has all this, and even Logic 9 has this. So all you Logic users, you have this VST that already came with Logic. It is the ES2 synthesizer. So what we're going to do is we're going to open that, and then this is how it sounds when you open it in default. Sounds nothing like a bass. What we're going to do now is we're going to go into right here. We're going to go to tutorial settings, and we're going to go to analog saw init. Analog saw INIT, which is analog saw initialize, I believe. Something like that. So this is how this sounds. Doesn't sound like a bass at all. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put this on a sine wave, which is right here, or you can put it on a sine right here, but I'm just going to leave it up here for right now. And then next, what we're going to do is we're going to go right here to all these three right here that are highlighted, which is cut off, pitch 1, 2, 3, and cut off 2. We're going to cut these right here off in the middle. So that's off, that's off, that's off. And what we're going to do is we're going to push this up all the way to the top. So we're going to push this up. We're going to leave all of these the same right here. So now when we play this, this is how it sounds. That does not sound like a bass. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go right here to this LFO right here, and we're going to take this and pull this all the way down. And let's see how this sounds now. I think we're getting somewhere, but you know, it sounds kind of high. And if we did want to go down lower, we can play the keys. While we have to keep transposing or whatever, let's just make this real simple. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this down to where we're going to pull this down a few octaves into where now middle C sounds like this now. And make sure you have some headphones. Make sure you have some decent speakers so you can hear the bass. So that's how it sounds. So now we have a bass. What we're going to do now is we're going to just kind of play with it to where the bass sounds exactly like something that we need. So we can use this bass and do different variations, and we can actually save it into our preset. So when we want to make our beats, we can do our thing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just kind of mess around with a few of the knobs. And as you see, it has a click to it. What we're going to do is we're going to get that click out. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to envelope 3 right here, and we're going to pull this up just a little bit. So now it takes a click out, the higher and higher we do that. So let's kind of, I don't have my mouse with me. So that sounds pretty decent right there. We're going to pull this up just a little bit. And now we pretty much have a bass. As you can hear, when we hold it out, we have a bass. I'm going to turn this down right here. And now everything that we're doing now is just for our own personal taste. This is just for our own personal taste so that we can create something that we like personally. So this bass is real short. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to the release right here where it says long and short. We're going to turn the release up just a little bit. So now when we release the note, the bass still kind of drags on after we release the note. So here we go. Let's go a little bit longer. And a little bit longer. Now that sounds pretty cool. Now, to kind of customize this even more, what we want to do is we want to go right here to where it says distortion. Now we can get into the meat of creating a really solid bass that you want to basically tailor to be your own. So let's turn this distortion up. So let's see how this sounds. Sounding pretty cool. Sounds good. But as you can see, it was kind of cutting off. And the reason why it was cutting off is because we have too many voices. Basses have to be set in mono. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn these voices down to either one, or we can just click right here on mono. I usually do both just for safe measure. So now we pretty much have the bass that we want. So let's go ahead and play it out and see how this thing sounds. There we go. We have a beautiful bass that we just created, and we can just go in here and just keep messing with things just to get it sounding right. So what I like to do as well is take this sustain and pull this down to about right there, and let's see how that sounds. Sounds good. And I'm gonna actually pull this down to get a little bit more of a little click into it. And it's that simple. That's how you create a bass inside of Logic Pro. Super easy, super simple. And then you can just keep messing around with different things, mess around with the distortion, mess around with the resolution, the drive, the cut, whatever you want to do, you can create your bass. This is just something very simple. I have like 10 of them already saved in here. Okay, so now we're going to create our own custom kick inside of Logic Pro X. What we're going to do is we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to go down to the ES2 synthesizer, click on that, go to tutorial settings, and allow saw initialize. We're going to take this all the way down. I'm going to keep it on mono and everything for right now. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to turn everything off like we did before. Push this all the way up. Now, we're pretty much done. As you can see, we have that sound again. Oh, I forgot. We got to put it on a sign. My bad. But as you can see, we have that again. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually take this and pull this down to about right here. See how that sounds? Already sounding like a bass. So let's pull this down a little bit more. And we're going to pull this down. And automatically we already have like a techno / dance type of a kick. Let me pull this down a little bit right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up just a little bit so we can keep that little bit of crack in the front of it, but not too much. And voila, there we go already. But now let's go ahead and kind of customize this a little bit more. So I'm actually going to add a little distortion to it. Let's do some heavier distortion. Let's keep it soft. Sounds good. Let's take this release off just a little bit more. And take the sustain down a little bit more. And now we can just play with it to get it exactly how we want. So let's go ahead and take this rate down a little bit more. and we can raise it up. Now we have an even thicker bass. And then we can lower this down. And let's get about right here. And we're going to pull this down. And let's take this down a little bit more. And now we have created a kick. And you can customize this any way. You can just keep messing around with these envelopes and messing around with this, and you will end up making you a dope kick. And you can even mess with the waves. You can mess with whatever you want to mess with to get the kick sounding the way you want. So that's how you make a 808 bass, and that's how you make a kick inside of Logic Pro X. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, and turn on those post notifications. All right, peace out.